Hello everybody! In this lesson we are going to focus on the present perfect tense. What it looks like, how do we use it, and when to use it. So, get your notebooks and pens ready. By the end of this lesson, you will feel more confident using the present perfect tense. Let us start with the grammatical structure of the sentence in the affirmative form. It is as such. We have the subject plus have or has plus the main verb in the past participle form. For example, she has walked. She being the subject, has the auxiliary verb or helping verb to have in present simple, and walked the main verb in the past participle form. Let us look at the first part. Has. He has, she has, it has, the lady has, the dog has. For have, we say I have, you have, they have, we have, the children have. The second part is the past participle of the main verb. Here we have to look at three categories of verbs. Number 1, regular verbs. Number 2, irregular verbs. Number 3, unchanged verbs. For regular verbs, the past participle is the same as the past simple. We just have to add ed to the verb. Some examples are below. To look, in the past simple we add ed, looked, and it is the same for the past participle looked. To talk, talked, talked. To work, worked, worked. The past simple and the past participle are the same. One example of sentence using regular verb is: the children have already watched the cartoon. Here it is the present perfect of the verb to watch. Second being irregular verbs. Here, these are very tricky at times because they change or they are different in the past participle form. For example, do in the past tense, did in the past participle, done. Be, was, were, been in the past participle. Write, wrote, written. Eat, ate, eaten. Draw, drew, drawn. Break, broke, broken. Speak, spoke, spoken. And we have many others. An example: he has never written with a red pen, from the verb to write. We have many other verbs which are irregular, which change in the past participle, but we have also some irregular verbs which In the simple past and the past participle, they are the same. For example, bring, brought, brought. Past simple and past participle are the same. Buy, bought, bought. Catch, caught, caught. Feel, felt, felt. And you have to go through all the list given. Here, there is no pattern, no rule. What you have to do is you have to practice regularly and memorize all the verbs that you can for the irregular ones. Number 3, unchanged verbs. In the past participle, these verbs do not change. They remain the same. For example, the verbs are given here. Bet, in the past participle, bet. Just the same with no change. Cost, cost. Cut, cut. Fit, fit. Hit, hit. Hurt, hurt. Let, let. Put, put. Quit, quit. Shut, shut. An example of a sentence using an unchanged verb in the past participle is given. The farmers have just let the animals out. Here, it is the present perfect tense of the verb to let. Other examples provided for present perfect tense. She has walked. They have flown to Italy before. Grandfather has forgotten his glasses. You have never been here. I have already seen that movie. These are some examples in the present perfect tense. Now, what we must learn is when should we use the present perfect tense. We have 3 main uses of the present perfect tense. The first one being we use it when something that started in the past but is still true now. And very often we use for or since. Examples: Rita has worked in Egypt since 2010. John has played volleyball for 5 years. They have lived in Cupip for 3 years. The little boy has read many books. The second use is for indefinite past action, when the time is unspecified or unknown. Examples: My father has been here before. They have done these exercises twice. Mother has bought a new watch. For the third use, it is for repeated past action, when the action could happen again. Examples: The pupils have visited the park many times. He has borrowed my pencil. Let's practice now. He has just gone to bed. I have already dried the clothes. Lina has worked here for 10 years. My parents have visited many countries. You can practice these examples as many times as you can, just to memorize them. Now, pay attention to these words. These words will help you to know that the verb must be in the present perfect tense. These time markers are just, ever, already, never, since, for, yet. Some examples with these time markers are: just, we have just come back from our holidays. Ever, have you ever met an actor? Already, the kids have already eaten their cookies. Never, he has never bought these pizzas. Since, the girl has not slept since yesterday. For, they have lived here for years. Yet, the lesson has not yet started. These time markers, or also known as time expression, will help you to put the verb in the present perfect tense. The negative form of sentences with verbs in the present perfect tense. Here we have the subject plus has or have plus not for the negative form plus the main verb in the past participle form. Examples: they have not seen each other for ages. You have not answered the question correctly. He has not yet written the letter. We haven't spoken to our cousin since last month. Here, pay attention to the contracted form of have and not, together being haven't. We haven't spoken instead of we have not spoken. It is in the contracted form. We are going to see now the interrogative form with the verb in the present perfect tense. The grammatical structure will change here. Instead of having the subject first, we are going to have has or have first, followed by the subject plus the main verb in the past participle form. Some examples are: have they arrived yet? Has she washed her hands? Have you tidied the house? Has Robin sold his car? Here, look at the punctuation. For the interrogative form, don't forget to put the question mark at the end. Now, a quick recap of the positive, the negative, the question or interrogative form. For the positive or the affirmative, we say, for example, I have plus the past participle of the main verb. You have plus the past participle. She has plus the past participle. For the negative, we have not plus the past participle. It has not plus the past participle. For the question or interrogative form, have they plus the past participle. Has he plus the past participle. A summary of the lesson done today. We have seen the present perfect tense, and it comprises of the auxiliary verb has or have plus the main verb in the past participle form. We have seen the affirmative, the interrogative, and the negative form. For the affirmative, I have seen the film before. She has seen the film before. In the interrogative, you have you seen the film before? Has she seen the film before? And in the negative form, they haven't seen the film before. Haven't is the contracted form of have not. They have not seen the film before. He hasn't seen the film before. He hasn't is the contracted form of has not. Thank you for your attention. Until next time, bye, stay home